Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have more battles than I did, and I did really well with this team. And now this team is pretty much a classic. These Pokemon have been around forever, right? We got the Registeel, the Sableye, which is a great save swap, and Medicham. So all in all, a great team, and nothing new here, none of the new updates, but these Pokemon work really well together. So I decided to go ahead and try it for a set, and I did well in that one set, so I'll probably continue to use the team. But let's see what we got going on for us. I do have the Registeel on this Water Gun Lantern. Lantern is going to go ahead and fire off an attack. It's just going to be a Surf. I'm not going to shield it. I do throw the Focus Blast. I should have thrown the Zap Cannon because I kind of anticipated. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, I wouldn't have made it to another move. I should have just thrown the Zap Cannon regardless. But that's fine, whatever. Could have gotten that extra debuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Medicham. Maybe go for that farm down. Let's see if I can get the farm down. I'm going to go ahead and take this attack from the Lantern. Just going to be a Surf. Totally fine. And I will be able to barely get it, I think. So I do get that farm down. Very nice indeed. So what is my opponent going to bring in? They decided to bring in Altaria, which is not bad for the Medicham because I already have a lot of energy on this Medicham, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Ice Punch. I have another Ice Punch, but the opponent with the attempted catch, and I bring in the Sableye, and this is great for me. Of course, Sableye does a really good job at defeating Medicham, and Medicham did gain new life this season. It's on many teams. Of course, in the past, it was still on many teams, but it had to watch out for that popular Trevenant. Now it doesn't really have to watch out for that. It still has answers, of course, Sableye, but still, Medicham's just absolutely everywhere thanks to Alolan Sandslash. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the return. I have Ice Punch ready to go on Medicham, so if my opponent shields this, which they will, totally fine. I have 2 shields, so I can just throw the Ice Punch, and I'm going to be able to KO this Altaria. And that's going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent there. Going to be able to win that one. Actually winning with 2 shields remaining. Very cool to see. And let's go ahead and move into the next one. Registeel into Pelipper. This is a great matchup for the Registeel. Out comes Galarian Stunfisk. So I could have switched out into Medicham right away, but what I decided to do is throw a Focus Blast to get an early shield from my opponent. Again, could have switched out immediately into the Medicham, but that's totally fine. I didn't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and shield. I guess, at the end of the day, I guess I will have to shield one of these attacks from the Galarian Stunfisk because they will be able to reach 2 Earthquakes thanks to me staying in too long. So maybe I should have switched out immediately into the Medicham. But again, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Ice Punch right now into this Stunfisk to knock it out. If the Pelipper comes in, I'll be able to make it to a Psychic, which will do a lot of damage to the Pelipper. And my opponent actually brings in Registeel. I was actually confused. Maybe it was a misclick because that gave me more energy. Now I'm going to be able to get to 2 Psychics. And I do get off 1 Psychic, and I'm going to be able to get off another Psychic, which will be enough to KO. If my opponent shields, I have the Registeel to bring in, right? And my opponent does not shield, they let it go. I'm going to go ahead and switch out right now into my Sableye. Why not? Sableye is going to be hit with this Zap Cannon, and do I get the debuff? I do not get the debuff, which is really nice, but ultimately it did not really matter. Good game, well played to my opponent. I'm going to be able to take that game. Okay, very nice. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. I have my Registeel into Swampert, so definitely a tough matchup. Usually what I do, because the thing is, like, Registeel outpaces to the first Focus Blast compared to the Earthquake. So what I do is, what I've been doing is throwing this Focus Blast, either getting a shield or doing a lot of damage and then switching out into Medicham, and I actually catch a move with the Medicham, which is still going to do a lot. It's not necessarily a great catch, but out comes Altaria. Now, the Ice Punch does threaten Altaria. Now, the first one is not going to be enough to KO, but still going to be doing a lot of damage, actually picking up that second shield from my opponent, and my opponent throws the Sky Attack when they could have farmed me down, but I guess they were concerned. That's fine. They were concerned I would reach another Ice Punch. I'm going to bring in my Registeel now. Trying to get to the Zap Cannon. My opponent does throw an attack. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. Basically saving, because I know they have a Swampert, but the Swampert is out of energy. So I'm basically saving my shields for the Sableye. I think what I'm going to do is wait for them to throw an attack And then, actually, they tried to catch the Focus Blast, I guess. But either way, Focus Blast still would have been okay into the Lantern. I mean, that would have been fine. No debuff from the Zap Cannon. I go ahead and bring in my Sableye now. Just going to let it go. I'm still not shielding this. It's going to be a Surf. Because I know that Swampert... I mean, Swampert's out of energy, which is good for me. I'm going to go ahead and charge up as much energy as possible and throw this Foul Play to KO the Lantern. I still have 2 shields. Altaria is coming in. What I want to do is shield. I have to shield now. Shield and farm down. And I'm going to be able to farm down, getting loads of energy. And I'm going to throw 2 Foul Plays. And I'm going to be able to KO this Swampert. And, I mean, tough lead, still able to overcome it. And yeah, this could be a good game. Not sure if a return would have KO'd from full health. It's safer to throw the 2 Foul Plays. Not full health, but at the health it was at. I don't think it would have. Who knows? But either way, good game, well played to my opponent. And yeah, I'm going to be able to take that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Registeel into Lantern. Okay, kind of like a neutral-ish matchup. It's not terrible. We'll see if I can get a debuff with my Registeel. And the Lantern is going to go ahead and throw an attack right now. It's going to be a Thunderbolt, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and throw my Zap Cannon. And this is hopefully going to debuff, 66% chance. My opponent will shield it up, but then switch out into Sableye. So what I want to do is debuff it. I do survive a Foul Play. Not going to go ahead and shield it. What I'm going to do is throw the Zap Cannon and then pivot out into my own Sableye and hopefully get the debuff here. Either way, doing a lot of damage. I don't anticipate the shield, otherwise I'll be down 2 shields. And we do get that debuff there, which is really nice. And now I can farm down. Yes, my opponent will make it to an attack, but the Sableye is debuffed. I can take this attack totally fine, and I'm going to go ahead and do just that. And I do successfully farm down with my Sableye. Okay, Lantern is coming in. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Foul Play right now. A little bit safer to throw the Foul Play because I'll be able to get off another Foul Play, and my opponent will not shield that. I think I do shield this one. I do shield it with my Sableye. Going to be a Surf, totally fine. Do I throw the return? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I throw the Foul Play because I have 2 Foul Plays. If my opponent shields, I can throw another one. If they don't shield, they get incredibly low. And they do shield. And my opponent actually switches into Beedrill, and because of that, I can throw the return to KO the Shadow Beedrill. I remember thinking it was probably a Noctowl, but no, it was actually Beedrill, and now I can bring in the Medicham, and this game is going to be over. Good game, well played to my opponent. Really cool to see that Shadow Beedrill. Yeah, really cool there. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Going to be Registeel to Medicham. Definitely a tough matchup. Got to pivot out into my own Medicham. And my opponent is staying in. And my opponent is going to go ahead and throw an attack right now. I'm going to go ahead and let it go. It's going to be a Psychic. Out comes Dewgong. So when I saw the Dewgong come in, I was wondering if this is the team I used. Medicham Double Ice with the Alolan Sandslash. That's kind of what I was predicting. That's why they threw the Psychic and didn't switch out right away. And because that's what I'm thinking, I do actually decide to shield this. And plus, I'd rather have the Sableye on that Medicham, right? So I do go ahead and farm down, and lo and behold, it is a Sandslash coming out, but I'm going to go ahead and throw the Psychic, which is okay damage, it's nothing crazy, but the only thing is I am down a shield, and because the Sandslash has Drill Run, not really too great. I do survive a Drill Run. I'm going to go ahead and shield it though, and of course it is Drill Run. Medicham is coming in. I do go ahead and bring in my Sableye, but again, I am down 2 shields, which is not great for me. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. Do I go for the aggressive farm down? And they actually reveal that they have Psychic, and so I'm assuming no Ice Punch. And I do go for that super aggressive farm down. Gonna go ahead and take this attack right now, but it actually is Ice Punch. I'm surprised they threw the Psychic instead of like double Ice Punch, but I am able to get off. I'm gonna be able to get off 2 Foul Plays, which is good for me. I do throw one, get the shield, I throw another one. I know my opponent can't shield because the Focus Blast will KO the Sandslash, so they're not gonna shield that. They have to take it, and they do farm down. And I throw the Focus Blast. I mean, it would KO, but they have a shield. Throwing the Zap Cannon even to get the debuff wouldn't have mattered. My opponent is going to be able to charge. I'm going for the lock-on down. Is going to be able to charge up enough for 2 Drill Runs. They do have the back-to-back, which will be enough to KO me. Very, very close game despite the bad lead for me. Well played to my opponent. My opponent is going to be able to take that win. And I love that team. I love that team. The Dewgong, with the Sandslash in the back, with the Medicham in the lead. I think it's a great, great team. Anyway, that will get me to rank 15, continuing to climb, getting closer and closer to that ELO range, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.